woke up talking in my sleep this morning. That's the headlines. Hello, Jason speaking. How can I help?
He even lifted his hand to his ear and was like, "Hello, Jason speaking." And I was like, "Right, that was great. We need to do an intro." I've got itchy bum.
Well, that's staying.
Just the cheek, not the whole. What?
Right,
let's do an intro.
Good afternoon. It's Thursday, 26 past 5 now. It was 25 past 5 when we started this, but it's not now.
Okay.
Today, what are we doing today? I've forgotten.
We're doing a Q&A.
Oh, we're doing a Q&A. That's question and answer, if you're not sure.
Okay, guys, I'm just going to say, I said to Jason, do you want to do an intro? And he was like, yeah, I really want to do an intro. And this is what he's produced.
You've all sent us some questions via Instagram.
Yes.
And yeah, we're gonna read them out. Do a bit of correspondence.
Okay.
No, I can't see.
Should I crack on?
Yeah, get started. Go for it. Question 1. I think Emily's going to make a 1 up there.
Let's start with this. Question 1. Worst song request you have ever received whilst DJing? Ooh, there's so many.
That's a hard one. 9 times out of 10 requests are rubbish anyway. Yeah. What... I wouldn't necessarily say that it's the worst song that I've ever had, but what annoys me the most with requests is when people come and request the song that's like the current number 1 or the current tune that's out there, and like the club will have been open 10 minutes and they're coming up going, "Can you play Burna Boy last?" And it's like,
obviously we're going to play that.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious we're going to play that, but not until it's busy. Like that's probably the thing I would say the worst requests are actually like that, not so much like, "Can you play ABBA?" Like,
I would agree, that's really annoying. I've had happen to me in Chic once, someone asked for the song that was playing as they asked for it. I can't remember what song it was. It was like, I think it was a Vibes Cartel track or something. And this girl just came over and was like, "Can you play this song?" And I was like, "But I'm doing it right now. Can you hear? Are you okay?" That's annoying. Also when people come back multiple times.
Oh yeah, or when they
like
said
that one girl, do you remember?
Oh,
I wanted to smack her. She come over. That was for last, Burna Boy.
Yeah.
So okay, she done 2 of our pet peeves. She come over. She asked for last.
Yeah.
And then she kept coming back. And then people do this thing where they think if I say no, they'll ask Jason, and if Jason says no, they'll try asking me.
Yeah.
Same answer.
Yeah, and or they do this other thing where they go and they tell one of their friends to come and say it, as if that's going to make a difference. Like, we're watching you. We know who your friends are. We know. We're not silly. We don't go, "Oh my God, 7 people have asked for that song." No, we go, one group has, and there's one group of 7 of you out of 700 people. No.
Yeah. Like that girl, when she come over again and asked for it again, I literally just... I tried to keep my cool and I go, "Yeah, we'll do that." But I just said to her, "Stop asking us."
Yeah, people are rude. Like,
stop asking us. We're going to play it, all right, in a bit. The club's just opened. We're not going to play one of the biggest tracks at the moment when there's about 10 people in it.
7 of them being your mates.
So go away. Like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh, it's got me on my soapbox now, as my mum would say. What?
My soapbox.
That is the thing. That's the thing.
Yeah, it probably is. Not one I've come across, but...
Comment below if you know that saying and I'm not going crazy. Got me on my soapbox.
I know it's some kind of box, not sure if it's soapbox.
Yeah.
Because there's when referring to when the speakers flip a milk crate or something upside down outside, like in London, and like they stand there and preach, like, and speak stuff.
Right.
So, you might be right.
Yeah.
Might be soapbox.
I thought soap because like EastEnders is a soap. No. When I was younger, before I knew who peaked tongue was,
yeah,
I used to be like, "Oh, it's all got a bit peak tongue." Because you know, peak is like, "Oh, that's peak." So I thought it was Peak Tongue for so long. And then obviously I realised Peak Tongue.
So you were getting Pete Tom.
Yeah, I was
Pete
like,
Tom.
oh, it's all got a bit Peak Tongue. We've done one question, we're 11 minutes in.
Question 2.
Question 2. Do you want me to read it?
I can't see, I've taken my glasses off.
Right, I'm just going to do it in order. Where do you both want to be in 10 years' time?
Still together?
No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I want to be with you forever. In 10 years' time, to be honest, I haven't got a clue. In 10 years' time, I'll be Jason's age. And in 10 years' time, Jason will be 42. It's okay.
My only aim is I want to buy myself a Ferrari or a Lamborghini or some sort of supercar for my 40th birthday.
That's quite nice.
So 8 years' time, hopefully we'll get there.
Yeah.
If
For
not,
me,
I'll just be very poor and owning a Ferrari.
Oh, I just got that. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, right.
For me, in 10 years' time, the main thing, I want to be happy before I get a supercar. I want to be happy. I want to be 30, flirty and thriving. Is that what they say? Because I'll be like 33.
You want to be flirty?
30, around. Maybe with you.
Alright. You're not borrowing the supercar.
That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant.
Carry on. As you
I
were.
want to be happy. I want to be with you. By that point, I would want to be living in a really big house with a walk-in wardrobe. And we could definitely get a dog because we'd hopefully have like someone who looks after the house and cleans the house and looks after the dog for us. Because right now we can't get a dog because it's not fair on the dog because nobody's here. So the dog will be all on its own.
Or we just can't get a dog because we
Get a
don't.
rabbit.
No, not yet. We'll get a rabbit one day.
No, that's what I mean. In 10 years' time, maybe we'll be
Yeah,
able to get a rabbit.
rabbit might be more suited.
But I want to train the rabbit like a cat. We
Yeah.
discussed this. So we'd get a rabbit, right? But it would just cuddle us all the time and like.
Yeah, we haven't discussed this. It's going to be called Archibald.
Why?
Why not?
I'm not calling a bunny Archibald.
Why not?
You can't. Archibald!
Yeah, call it Archie for short.
Hey, why would you not want to call it something cute? Poppy.
God.
Anyways, where do I want to be in 10 years' time? Yes. Big house, walk-in wardrobe, super happy with you. Don't want kids.
Oh no marriage.
Oh no.
No marriage.
Nope. It's too much of a stress.
Yeah.
Right? I can just about look after myself and Jason. I've already got Jason. Right? Don't need another child to look after. Yeah. Okay?
Another thing, in 10 years' time, I'd like the house we're living in for the kitchen to be running on the 2 dishwasher system. Trademark.
Give up on Guys, he needs to give up on the 2 dishwasher system, okay?
No, I'm not. No, we're not going to elaborate on it. I don't want.
I mean, you can't just say 2 dishwasher system.
I can.
No
I can
information.
because think about what that's making people think now. They're making people think, oh, 2 dishwashers. But if anyone from like Wren Kitchens or anything watches this, that could be the downfall of my idea. So.
I feel like it's not been done because it wouldn't work.
It would work.
It wouldn't work. We've discussed it.
It would work. But anyway, right. So 10 years time, 2 dishwasher system.
I'd love to have either our own radio show or my own radio show on BBC Radio 1 Extra.
Yeah.
BBC Radio 1 Extra, if you're watching.
Yeah.
Heads up.
Yeah.
So yeah, own radio show, lovely home. We definitely still want to be doing DJ gigs, but hopefully big stuff like festivals and supporting more artists and, you know, maybe not the standard Friday, Saturday night residencies, which I don't dislike, but I'm just saying at that point I would want to be, 10 years on, shaking it up a bit, something different. Okay, should we do the next question?
Next question. Question 3.
Woo. Okay. What type of music do you and Jason play when you're doing a set?
Varies quite a lot. Realistically, we both class ourselves as urban music DJs. So that's anything like hip hop, R&B, bashment, dancehall, drill, Afrobeats, amapiano, grime. I mean, go on forever. Like with the urban music genres, but it depends, doesn't it, as to whether we're together working or whether we're working individually.
Yeah. If we're DJing together, like I'll always try and leave hip hop for Jason because I know he really loves it.
Yeah.
And also I know you love doing some of the older.
Yeah, like
older
I'll tend to do more of the older, like the throwbacky kind of stuff, and like, and then like the newer hip hop maybe as well. Whereas like loves doing like the Afro beats and drill and stuff like that, don't you?
Yeah, and like, and like a bit bashment.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I do love drill so much.
Drilly.
It's mad because I'll be in the car, like rapping along to chefing people when I'm literally on my way to Sainsbury's. Can't get sturdy though. If anyone can give us some tips, let us know. Because at the moment I look like rah Rasputin. Do you know?
Very unsturdy, like.
You know that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know that. Oh, yeah.
You know that.
Yeah.
Anyways. So hopefully that sort of answers the question. But yeah, like obviously don't forget as well, like when we're doing like main room stuff.
Sometimes we have to do what I call commercial bullshit, which is all like the normal radio stuff and things like that. Just depends where we are as to what we play and how we play it, and
I actually also have a weird enjoyment for like tech house. Just like the sound of it. Just an little extra bit of bonus info. And you quite like some.
I quite like some housey bits, or garage, UK funky, like yeah.
We're not all one note, you know. Like a bit of everything. The one thing I do not like, and I'm gonna offend some people here. Okay, and I can understand why people do like it, but personally, I don't like drum and bass. I'm sorry, guys. I don't like it.
I can tolerate it if I'm DJing it and it's getting a good reaction.
No.
Other than that, no chance.
No, it's not for me. Like I just hear it and I'm like, oh, God. Ugh.
Yeah.
Don't like it. I've never liked it. Anyways.
Question 4,
baby. How did you and Jason meet?
I'll let you kick this one off.
Well, let me tell you. When I first met Jason, I thought he was so rude and I didn't like him. So it was a long time after initially meeting that anything came of stuff. Essentially, I went to Corfu with 2 of my girlfriends in 2020. And we did a 1-day trip. It was in a different part of Corfu Island, but we went to Cabos just for one night for a party, basically, to see a friend of a friend. So one of the girls I was with, her friend, who is now also my friend, but initially I'd met her at this point, called Kaylee. She is a lovely gal. Anyways, basically, we got there. We've gone into like where the apartments are. I'm going to take
them here. They walk into a little courtyard bit where my apartments are, which is just, you don't go there unless you live there, especially at like 9 o'clock in the morning. And I just hear voices going, Kaylee, where are... And I'm like, what? Like because for starters, I knew Kaylee was there with one of the other DJs, just coming out on holiday, but I didn't know that her friends were coming or anything like that. So I'm like, what is going on here? I come out.
Well, you were so rude.
I was rude, yeah, because you shouldn't have been there if I didn't know you. And I'm just like, what are you doing here? And Emily proper sassed it, put her hand on her hip and went, we're here to see Kaylee. And I was like, right, leave.
No, but it was at that point that Kaylee come out from upstairs and I was like, see, cute. I thought he was, oh my God, I thought you were so rude. You come out with a little cap on, like a jumped up little prick. And I thought, who's he? Who is this?
Well.
Absolute dickheads. That's what I thought. That's when we first met, but obviously he had another girlfriend at that point anyway, and I didn't like you.
No.
So that's that. Then in the January, I was like, right, I'm gonna sort out some DJ work. I think I want to go away this year, like do some abroad stuff. So I messaged Liftoff Festival Kavos, the page, just saying, oh, I'd really like to come out and DJ. You know, if you've got any guest slots, like I'd really love to just come for the experience, like for the festival, blah blah blah. This page replies back saying, because of COVID, the festival is not going ahead this year. However, if you do want to come out and work, just message at Jason P DJ Official. I thought, okay, I'll just message this guy.
Apparently that's me.
Obviously, Jason was running that festival account, and he literally told me to go and message him.
Yeah.
So then I message him, and we're sorting out work and stuff, and I started doing some work for Kavos Radio, and so we were sort of working together. And Jason goes to me, just so you know, like, just gonna say it now, we don't shit where we eat here. And I was thinking, right, that's fine. Who said I was interested anyways? Whatever. I was like, okay. Wrote that one off, but carried on working together. And then we were just speaking every day, and like, I don't know, I just really liked you. And I know you really liked me.
Yeah, I liked you as well.
And like Andy and other people at Campus
Everyone
Radio,
noticed it, didn't
everyone
they?
was like, oh, you do. In fact, my mother, before I even knew that I fancied Jason, looked on the Campus Radio website and was like, oh, who's that Jason P? Who's that Jason P? Do you not like him? I was like, no. She was like, oh, he's got very piercing eyes.
So I can't see out of them, but yeah.
Yeah, but it's true. So yeah, like everyone called it before us, to be honest. And then, honestly, it's such a long story. I don't even know if we could explain the whole thing in a short time. But we all met each other for the first time going to Southampton, right? A little bit of a road trip, and Jason was picking me up.
Yeah.
And taking me there and taking me back. This was just as colleagues, friends. Nothing happened.
But I did take the nice car, which I wouldn't normally
He took the
take.
nice car. I could tell you had a fresh trim. You
Car had been washed.
doused in aftershave. And I was like, I bought a new tracksuit. Yeah, and looked
Had
cute.
your nails done, hadn't you, as well, I think?
Yeah, I had my nails done. And I was like to him, oh, you're coming to get me straight after work, so what I'll do, like, to say thanks for taking me and stuff, I'll run to the high street and I'll get you some food and a coffee. And he was like, oh, that's so nice, thank you. And then I was running late, so I got him some, like,
I should have
cold
seen this.
sausage
I should have seen that this was going to be a, you know, a regular thing, Emily running late, you know.
No, I just cut it fine. So I got him, you were early as well, don't forget, and you didn't tell me you was going to be early.
I did tell you I was going to be early.
We can't go over this
I
again.
told you.
We can't go-
I gave you an
again.
hour. I gave you an hour.
Look, whatever. So I got him some cold sausage rolls, cold coffees from Tesco's, and then I was walking back from Tesco's when he drove past me. I wasn't even home when you got there. And yeah, you've instantly fell in love.
Yeah. So did you.
Yeah.
So did you.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
Yeah, and then
How in depth are we going in this?
a little bit more. So then there was like loads of like meetups and stuff, and like for example, there was one time we all booked out a studio, and me and Jason were still very like colleagues, you know, and the studio was booked until like really late, like midnight or something, and there was like an hour or something left, and everyone else was leaving. And you was taking me home, and you was like, do you want to leave or do you want to stay for a bit? And I was like, I want to stay for a bit. Like, we've got the studio, like, I'm still learning stuff, let's do it. And then we had, like, a mood set in war. So, like, Jason was trying to play, like, smooth romantic R&B, like, all of this. And I was like, oh my God, let me play some drill. I was like, this can't go down this road. So, like, you'd play, like, Chris Brown, and I'd just come in with, like, Dig a D or something. Could be like, nope. So that was funny. And then I think that's when I first gave you a hug when you dropped me off, and this is what I did. Yeah, cool.
Gave me a pat hug. She'd given it. No. You spudded me. You'd given everyone
No,
else.
that was the time before that. That was Southampton.
She's giving everyone else hugs, and she gets me. She's like, "Yeah, I'll see you later." I'm like, "What?"
I didn't know what to do. I felt like if I hug him, I'm just gonna snug his face off.
But yeah. Anyway, here we are.
Yeah.
Do we need to go into more?
I don't think we need to go into any more
Nah,
depth
it's
of
a
that. It's a
bit
very
boring,
long, weird
bit boring.
story.
Like we I asked her out when we was
In a
on
cottage.
a business meeting somewhere in a cottage. Like,
It was so cute.
Yeah.
Swiftly moving on.
Yeah.
Swiftly moving on.
Hope that answers your question.
Yeah. If you want any more in-depth info on that stuff, you'll get it another time, not in a Q&A.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, next question.
Question 5.
What are your favourite memories from this summer?
The flight home. No. It was a tough, stressful summer, wasn't it? But
yeah, it was hard.
My favourite memories were obviously getting to spend some nice times with you, going on some nice dates and stuff like that. It wasn't enough of them, but you know, we done what we could when we could through being super understaffed and stuff like that. And then obviously the big events like when we had Hardy and like Navos and Switch OTR and all those kind of guys, when they come out, it was great. You know, just getting to do the big shows.
I think for me, also Strawberries and Cream, because technically that was this summer.
Yeah.
So if you don't know, I did win the Pioneer DJs Unlocked competition this year with my mix. So I opened main stage at Strawberries and Cream, which was a really big milestone for me, and I really enjoyed it. And yeah, it just felt really looked after. But also I would say, in terms of favourite memories, like I definitely made like some girlfriends in Cabos. Shout out to the Cabos gals. Love you lots.
Chicas!
Hey! Yeah, shout out to them. Like, for me, that's a memory in itself, to be honest.
Cool.
I got new friends, which is good because I don't have very many. I'm joking, I do. I'm so loved.
Question 6.
Question 6. Yeah, why would you do a 6 like that and not like that?
Like what?
Well, you went like that.
Yeah.
That's...
So cool people do it.
Anyways, we've got another one here which is asking what is the event that you and Jason run, which is a bit of a long-winded...
Oh God, we run so much stuff. Probably one of our brands that we were doing a lot with was Gilded, wasn't it? Like we haven't done so much of that since we come back, but that was all about showcasing upcoming urban music talent from rappers, singers, you know.
I literally loved it so
much. It was really cool, and like we used to run like competitions and stuff like that for them to come down and perform, and it'd have like sometimes 30-40 artists performing on one event, all competing for prizes and stuff.
The vibes were next level.
Oh yeah, brilliant
next
vibes.
Level, like, but I think we want to get back to it and run more events under that brand and more artist showcases, but at the moment we're so snowed under, and the amount of time that I was dedicating to it for, quite frankly, not a lot of money. Yeah. Sometimes.
It's so time consuming and stuff. And don't get me wrong, like we love doing it to help people out, but there does come a point.
We're still helping people where we can. Like for example, like we said to all the artists, like if anyone wants to come out to Cabos, do some shows. So for example, I know Moby won, like oh my God, killed it. Like next level. Unreal, like he basically ended up headlining a show.
Oh, that was insane. It was so lucky that he came out as well.
Talented.
He was supposed to come out to support Zaza. Zaza couldn't make it, so Moby ended up headlining the show. It was madness.
Yeah, so honestly, if you haven't already, check out Moby One and his music. I know that him and Reaps are doing some bits together now.
You might have seen Reaps on TikTok, the little ukulele.
Yeah.
Like I was eating.
They're both like, the talent is unbelievable. Like, oh my gosh. So, and it makes me so happy when I see like artists that we've kind of like introduced to each other, like doing music together. Like, I don't think people realise how much that warms my soul. Like, it makes me so happy that I could cry.
Yeah, so that's like one of the main event brands that we do, and then obviously we run, you know, some of the events abroad and stuff like that. And also we do some uni stuff and things like that, don't we? We actually orchestrate and run some of the uni events for various different unis around and about, but other than that, like that, we've
kind of stepped back from it a bit, like to focus on other stuff, because it's very, very time consuming. It's
time consuming. There's no guarantees of money of it at the end. You know, sometimes you could do a whole event and do a whole, you know, spend so much time doing something and actually not make any money out of it or even lose money sometimes.
Yeah.
Which obviously isn't great when you're trying to run a business. But that's that one covered.
Yeah. So next one is question 7. Come on, you got to do the clap. I'm keeping that in. Jason just farted.
I did. It was quite loud.
Is it gonna smell?
I'd say warmth level 4. Not so potent gust. That's what it's going down as.
An unexpected yet potent gust.
Right. Question 7.
Who are your favourite rappers? Such a broad question.
It is, yeah.
Oh.
Are we talking old school, new school? Can be anyone.
I think any. Like, I think I would say it's so hard. Like, for me, I really like SL. I'm enjoying K-Trap. I'm really enjoying... Obviously, Digga D has bangers, yeah, but he's just very problematic.
Yeah.
But he's got bangers. But, like, there's a bar that I sometimes play and that I can't play Digga D because he's got ops in the area. Yeah. And I'm like, once I played Digga D, and I'm not joking, a guy came over to me and was like, turn it off right now. I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I thought I was going to get punched in the face. I was so scared. So yeah, like that's the difficulty with Digga D. Yeah. I think Dave's incredible. Like what he writes is amazing.
Yeah, I agree with you on Dave. Yeah.
It kind of like I don't know. I've got different rappers for each kind of genre. Like, does that make sense? Like,
yeah. Like I'm partial to a bit of Travis Scott and people like that. I like a bit of Travis. Yeah,
got this, Travis.
Obviously, you've got to give people like Drake credit where credit's due.
Oh, of
as
course,
well.
Drake's
you know,
sick. Like he's
like it always switching it up. But then like you can't forget about some of the older rappers
like
that pioneered the scene. You know.
Yeah.
In those.
That's true.
In those
oh,
kind
also
of ways.
Cardi B.
Yeah.
I love Cardi B. Look at my pancakes. My pancakes is hammer. Yeah.
So that covers that. There's so many. That is probably one of the worst questions you can
also
ask.
Switch OTR.
Oh yeah, of course.
Of course, Switch OTR.
But a really hard question to ask.
Yeah.
Because we hear and deal with so many different types of music and so many different types of people, and yeah, so it's very difficult to have like a particular favourite. You know.
I would agree.
But
gigs
yeah, like, and even people you can't disregard people like Central C and stuff like that. With,
yeah,
you know,
RD, I suppose.
Yeah, it's like, you know, they're all great at their own right, really. You know, even if it's they're just good at doing hooks, or even if they're just good at doing bars and verses, like, yeah.
Yeah, it's hard. Do you know who else I think is unbelievably talented that I think will do well? Is Big Jess.
Big Jess, yeah.
From Rap Game. I think his song, like his final song on Rap Game, basically made me cry.
Yeah.
My
the emotion
God.
in it, like, was ridiculous.
It's one of the most beautifully written things I think I've heard in my entire life. The talent's a joke, like, wow.
And what I liked about it is he came in being the punchline king and then turned the serious piece at the end, rather than being about the jokes at the end. Like, it was,
but then
he
could do the punchlines as well, like the talent. Oh my God, I just think he's so talented.
It was great to see that kind of progression.
I think he's amazing. When he won, I was literally so gassed. I was like,
we were both saying if Big Jess doesn't win.
Yeah, I said if he doesn't win, I'm not watching this ever again. I said if Big Jess don't win this, I'm not watching Rap Game.
Target Krebs and Conan, but
yeah, like sorry, but if he don't, but then he did win, so obviously we can watch next. I was like, thank God when he did win, because I was like, oh no, I had to stick to that. Anyways, if you haven't watched Rap Game, by the way, so good. Go on BBC iPlayer.
3 series now, isn't there?
3 series. Tuck in. It's like Bake Off, but for rapping.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways,
the only way to get better is if they bake as well as raps.
Pretty sure they do. Next one, let's go. Right, we're going to go for... I'm just going to quickly pass over this one, which is one that my own sister has put in, which says, fave thing about your fit sister. Don't want her to think I've totally ignored her question, but obviously, bit of a weird one to answer. Probably that she's funny. That's my favourite thing about Sophie. My sister's really funny. If you didn't know that, she comes out with some cracking one-liners. Yeah. Anyways, next question. This is the last one for my phone. Do you get at each other much as you work together and live together? And this person's put, I would kill their other half if it was them. Well, this is an interesting one because I think what people don't realise is we don't get to spend as much time together as people might think.
Newsflash.
Yeah. I think people think that we're seeing each other all the time, but for example, weeks like this week, the time that we get together isn't quality time. So for example, you're doing lighting work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday until late in the evening. He gets back, we go to the gym, we come back, we cook dinner, gone.
Yeah,
Day's done.
that's it, bed.
You know, then you're at gigs on a Wednesday night.
Yeah,
now.
so like last night I went to Reading Uni.
So I didn't see you.
Weren't you? So again, I didn't get back until 3 a.m. And bear in mind, I've been working during the day as well. So I came in, ate some dinner, we curled up on the sofa for 10-15 minutes, didn't we? And then I went to work.
And it's things like today when we've got a free day, well, I needed to go get my hair done. I had a couple of calls I needed to do.
I'm pissing around with the cars, sorting out the weekend. Like, realistically, doing this now is taking up quality time for us.
Yeah.
This would have been our quality time. So I hope you'll appreciate that.
With working together, what people don't see is, you know, like for example, the gig we've got on Saturday, we're driving to the gig together, but we're doing separate rooms.
Yeah.
So we're not spending the whole night together. So it's, and also like when we are working together, it's fun. Like for example, at Switch Up on Sunday, like it doesn't feel like work. So it doesn't really, I wouldn't say you get at me. Like, we bicker the same as probably every other couple.
Yeah, and there's the odd moments where, like, you know, it's probably more likely to be me. I'll say something that, you know, and you're kind of like, what? Like, you know.
Yeah, I literally, the thing is with me, I'll be like, do you want to check yourself? Do you want to just check?
But it's never we don't have full-blown arguments, really, like, or anything like that, you know. It's normally going to have been something like,
why did you speed the tempo up of the track that I was playing when I wasn't looking and then not that
that's it.
Prime example, that happened the other day, and he was like, oh, because it just needs to be ran faster. And I said, okay, that's fine. Next time, tell me that you're doing it. And it was like, okay, sorry, I should have told you.
Yeah. Or
like,
that's kind of it, really. Or I'll be like, do you have to use your laptop stand today? Like,
but I stopped using it as much now because I'm scared of drinks spilling on it. But I like it because I have a really bad back, so I much prefer to be able to have my head up as much as I can, because I've got scoliosis. Fun fact for you. So that's why I do that. So I do have my reasons. But yeah, like I would say when we do bicker or get on each other's nerves, we'll just bring it up, talk about it,
communication,
deal with it, and then move on.
Yeah. Like,
I don't like arguing, and then I can't see how people can just sleep on an argument, or it's just no.
So yeah, to answer that, we don't really bicker or fight. No. If anything, actually, when she's not with me, I miss her.
Oh, I miss you too.
So
that's so cute.
I always say to her, I'd rather have you here annoying me than you not be here.
Oh. I feel so loved.
You know. There we are, a bit of realness for the camera. Right.
We've got one more question, I think.
One more question that was on my phone, and what's that question? It might have missed at 8. You can cut this about, so 8.
I think it's question 8 or
9, 10. I'll just do all the numbers, and that way you can just cut out whatever fits. Yeah, big up Jude for this one. Jude's been following me and following my career for a long time, actually. Since I was with Kiss and stuff like that. You know, I used to lock into Friday Night Kiss all the time. But yeah, he hit me up asking if we could add this question in, and it's a classic straightforward question, which funnily enough actually is probably one of the hardest ones to answer.
Yeah, actually it is.
Which is, what is your favourite colour?
Okay, I always find this question really hard because my favourite colour to just look at it's different to my favourite colour to like wear and stuff. Do you know what I mean?
I get that because my favourite colour in cars and stuff like that.
Yeah,
clothes is
and like
to
in
what is actually my
interiors,
favourite
like
colour.
obviously I think it's very clear that the colours of green and turquoise are my favourites. Looking around the room right now, basically you won't know this, but our house, every room, apart from the studio, has green or turquoise.
I feel like I live in a forest.
Yeah, I'm obsessed. And I've always been that way. I've always loved those colours. Like I remember when I passed my 11 plus, my dad got me a green camellia bracelet because he knew my favourite colour was green.
What's an 11 plus?
It was something that you had to do in my area. Basically, we're going to go on a bit of a tangent here. Do you want me to do it?
Is it long?
It's kind of interesting.
I'll go for it.
Okay, basically where I lived, there was 2 different types of school, a grammar school and a normal school. And basically to get into the grammar school, you had to take a test and 2 tests and pass them when you were in year 6. And if you pass the test, you could get into the grammar school. So what a lot of people don't realise is the grammar school was not paid for at all. It's a free school to go to, but it's just that you have to pass those tests to get into it. The problem that I had was a lot of people that went to that school did paid for tutoring sessions to be able to get into the grammar school. And obviously my family couldn't afford to put me through those tutor sessions. So I just done all of the free tutoring that was available in my primary school and I passed, which then meant I was chucked in a school that people probably a bit beyond my, don't know what to say. They're great people, but like stuff like I couldn't go on like the trips to like Spain and stuff like that. It was all just so expensive.
Trips to Ascot.
But yeah, like everyone thinks when I say, oh, I went to a grammar school, they're like, oh, you must be rich. Nope, it was free. It was literally free to go to. And actually it was a very, very good school. Very good school. And I was very fortunate to be able to go there. But I worked really hard to be able to pass my 11 plus and go there. So yeah, when I passed it, I got a green bracelet.
So what are we going with?
My favourite colour is turquoises and like greens.
Cool.
Turquoisey, greeny vibes. Shall I get up like my favourite colour on this phone?
I probably won't. Yeah, why not?
I might give a bit of an idea. You do yours.
Or you can just hit a colour swatch now on the screen. There we are. Can you see it? Turquoise.
I probably can do that.
You'll be able to do that. Look, if I move my hands in like this, you'll be able to make it so it like comes in on my hands.
Like that. Oh, look at that. That's lovely. Oh, why is it taking me to Amazon? Well, that didn't work. But like, oh, isn't that just nice?
Mine's yellow.
Yeah, he does like a bit yellow.
Pretty much any shade of yellow, I'm happy with. Yeah, black's my favourite for clothing. Literally live in black, pretty much.
I would say clothing. I like black, beige, brown. Yeah, white.
Yeah. So
blue
yeah,
denim.
I think so yellow's favourite colour. Done.
Yeah.
Is that all the questions? Is that
It
wrap?
is all the questions, and that's a 47-minute video that
Bloody
we've done
hell.
here.
So yeah, Emily's got some editing to do, and I think it's dinner time now, isn't it? Sausage casserole.
Yep, it's been in this guys, this is Jason's first ever sausage casserole.
It's definitely not yours.
What the heck? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. How have you never had a sausage? I just got that. That's so inappropriate. So inappropriate, Jason. Oh my god.
That's so funny. Hope you enjoyed it. If we didn't answer all your questions fully, just send us some hate mail below. If you've got any more questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below.
And we'll film another one.
Or hit us up on Instagram. And if we get some more questions and stuff, or if you'd like any more elaborated on, feel free.
Yeah, definitely. Bang them in the comments, and if we build up enough, we'll do another Q&A.
Yeah. Awesome stuff.
Great.
Right. Part 3 done.